Let's talk about planning. So why plan? Well, Benjamin Franklin once said, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Planning gives us the opportunity to imagine a working plugin without putting in all the work. It's our opportunity to make an informed decision whether or not the plugin is worth our time and energy. For example, if your goal is to make money selling your plugin, it would be terrible to find out that a better plugin already exists for free after you've invested in creating your own. To avoid worst case scenarios, I ask myself 7 simple questions. These questions are: 1. What is the problem I'm trying to solve? 2. What's my solution to this problem? 3. Are there other plugins that solve this problem already? 4. Is there room for my plugin in this space, or is there too much competition? 5. What will my plugin do? 6. How will I accomplish this? And 7. Why should people use my plugin? Let's go over each of these questions one at a time. What I like to do in this planning phase is open up a new text document, and then I'll write these questions and then put my responses below. So I'm just going to open up a new text document here, and I'm going to paste in the questions that I just reviewed. All right, let's look at question 1. What is the problem I'm trying to solve? Well, let's briefly describe the problem we're attempting to solve here. So in the context of this course, the problem is as follows. I want to learn about my website's visitors by having them answer questions anonymously. So that's my problem. I'll write that down. Okay. So what's the solution to the problem? Well, now I briefly describe the imagined solution to this problem. So my imagined solution is a simple survey plugin that allows me to create unlimited one-question surveys and store the results anonymously using IP addresses of my users. So I put that in there. Are there other plugins that solve this problem already? Well, at this point I do a little research. I search for similar plugins in the WordPress plugin directory and other popular marketplaces. So the result of my research ends up being yes. There are a few, in fact, there are many plugins that do what I'm attempting to do. Some of them are the Awesome Surveys plugin and the Pop-Up Survey and Polls plugin. So then I get to my next question. Is there room for my plugin in this space, or is there too much competition? Well, the answer could be yes or no. So if the answer is no, then maybe it's time to reconsider the plugin I'm trying to build or create. And of course, you can always create a plugin for fun, in which case, continue regardless of the answer. In this case, no is the answer. There are more than 190 plugins in the WordPress plugin directory alone when searching for survey plugins. Maybe I can differentiate my plugin by being super simple and doing one thing well, and let the others in the marketplace make up for complicated multi-featured plugins. So that's my answer. My answer is no, but there is this possibility here. This maybe I can differentiate myself. So, and also in the context of this course, I'm not attempting to make money off my plugin, so it's okay if it's not the most successful plugin ever. So next is, what will my plugin do? Well, what I do at this stage is I list my plugin's core features using an example like this. So I've got the feature name and then an optional feature description, and I number them like that. So my answers are as follows here. I'm just going to put 3 of the main features. One is it creates unlimited surveys, can capture anonymous responses, and see update stats and daily submission counts. The next question is, how will I accomplish this? Well, here's where we describe how you might accomplish each feature with what you know as a developer. So what I like to do is write research next to the features I'm unsure about on how to develop. So I use this kind of example here. Looks like this. I put my features that I've just created up here, and then I write the potential solution next to them. So the first solution could be use custom post types. The next could be use WP Mail for sending email. And then if I need to research something, I put something like this: research converting CSV files into a PHP array, because that's what I think the solution is to my problem. So my answers for the plugin that we're using in this example look like this. So to create unlimited surveys, I'm going to use custom post types to do that. And capturing anonymous responses, I'm going to use WP Ajax and a custom database table to store a survey ID, response value, and the IP address of the user that's submitting that response. And then to see up-to-date stats and daily submission counts, I'm going to query the response table that I create for the feature 2 here. And based on the survey ID and created timestamp, I'm going to be able to get some stats there. So lastly, the last question here is, why should people use my plugin? This is where I recommend describing your plugin like you were marketing it. So in this case, in the context of this, I'm going to describe my plugin like this: get to know your audience, create simple surveys that capture anonymous data, see insightful statistics from your survey. It's kind of like an elevator pitch, right? Okay, so now what? Well, after you've answered these 7 questions, you should have a good idea of what your plugin will look like and whether or not there's an audience for it. All right, now that we have a simple plan for our plugin, it's time to start laying the groundwork and begin writing some code. So stay tuned for the next lecture.